Detroit Pistons were the laughingstock of the NBA last season. They went 14-68, which included a 28-game losing streak, which is tied for the longest losing streak of all time. They hit rock bottom, but this offseason I thought was a step in the right direction to building this team around Cade Cunningham and hopefully bringing relevant basketball back to the city of Detroit. So here we are, our Detroit Pistons rebuild. Man, this used to be the bottom team last year, and you know what? I don't expect them to be the worst team in the East or the league this season. I think the Nets will be worse. I think the Wizards will be worse. Now, could they be right after those teams? Yeah, but I think they could challenge the Blazers, the Jazz, the Raptors, the Hornets, and the Bulls to be in that second bad tier of teams. And I like all the moves they made this offseason outside of one. I thought getting Tobias Harris was needed. They needed somebody to take some of the load off of Cade Cunningham, somebody that has had experience creating his own shot. He's a veteran in this league, and he's still a good three-point shooter. I did not like the move of trading away Quentin Grimes for Tim Hardaway Jr. and some seconds. I know it brings another veteran into the room is what they needed, and I guess trying to develop Quentin Grimes in the final year of his contract when you have a similar player like Marcus Sasser and some other guys that you're prioritizing over Quentin Grimes, I get that. I'm just not a big Tim Hardaway Jr. fan. I like the additions of B-Ball Paul, Malik Beasley, and I really like them drafting Ron Holland 5th overall. He was a top 3 player in this draft for me just based off his potential, so I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm also excited to see what they can get out of Bobby Clipman, who they took in the second round. They took a flyer on Wendell Moore this offseason, and we know what Cade Cunningham is going to be. I think he could be an all-star into year number 4. He was great in such a bad environment last year. If we can get a jump from Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, Sword Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, I think we're going in the right direction. I love Simone Fontecchio as a role player, one of the more underrated players in this league. And they also fired Monty Williams and they brought in JB Bickerstaff. I would have preferred maybe a Kenny Atkinson, maybe a James Borrego, but it's fine. He's going to preach defense. It has to be somewhat better than what Monty Williams. It's weird though, because Monty Williams was at the top of the coaching ladder when he was bringing the Phoenix Suns to the NBA Finals. He gets the largest coaching contract in NBA history just to get fired years later. It's crazy. And I love Jaden Ivey coming out of Purdue as well. I think we can get him back on track, and having Tobias Harris, an elite three-point shooter, can just kind of make Ivey and Asor Thompson, like Ivey's inconsistent. Asor is just flat out bad as a shooter right now. Can make that a little bit more bearable. Jalen Duren needs a big year with his defensive progression. I think he's a good offensive big man. He needs to work on the defense. And we are going to run a 9-man rotation, or excuse me, a 10-man rotation out there. It's going to be Marcus Sasser. I want to give Fontecchio about 12 minutes a night. So yeah, like Tim Hardaway Jr., B-Ball Paul, they're not going to crack the rotation right now. Also, I've had an issue adding guys to the G League. You guys can let me know in the comments if you had that issue as well. And we started off the season at home against the Indiana Pacers, and we win 109-99 against a team that was just in the conference finals. All right, we're off to a good start this year. Cade, 28 points, 4 assists. Unfortunately, we are going to get blown out in the second game of the season, 130-104. Cade had 41 points in this one. Oh my God. Yeah, the goal this year is to definitely get him to the All-Star game. And when, yeah, you're going to go up against the reigning finals champions, this is going to happen. 129-110. Cade, he's off to an elite start, 34 points per game through the first 3 games. Jaden Ivey has struggled with his efficiency, and this is a big year for Ivey and Duren because they are going into year number 3, which is going to be the year that they can get a contract extension, not in this game but in real life. So we got to figure out, is he going to be part of our future plans going forward? Because so far from what I've seen, I can't really say with confidence that he's going to be here long term with Cade. We got a close one here against the Miami Heat, up by 2 on the road in Miami. This would be definitely an upset if we're able to pull off this victory. Cade's got 27 points and 9 assists. Hey, let's maybe try to get Cade Cunningham an MVP in this video. All-Star just maybe too easy. Ron Holland's in this game right now. Excited to see what he can do as like a defensive primary guy, guarding Jimmy Butler. Great defense there from the rookie. That's what I'm talking about, Ron Holland. Cade should be able to go right at Terry Rozier, and he gets an and one. Oh my goodness, that was an electric back-to-back play. Getting it done on defense, getting it done on offense, you love to see it. Tyler Hero off a screen, that is no good. Rebounded by Jalen Duren. All right, we got Tobias Harris coming over a screen. He's gonna get a good look from downtown. Is he gonna pull that off? He does not. Yeah, I gotta get Ron Holland back in the game. Fontecchio is in, and he definitely cannot guard Jimmy Butler whatsoever. Cade and Jalen Duren working the pick and roll. Duren inside. Oh my God, he gets blocked by Bam Adebayo, one of the best defenders in the league. Jimmy Butler has been killing us in transition. Tobias Harris guarding Nikola Jovic. I don't know, man. Tobias Harris on defense is not a pretty sight whatsoever. Holland stay in front of Jimmy. Good defense there, Ron. That's what I'm talking about. I love seeing that from the rookie. What, 5, 6-ish games through the season? Let's even get to the rim on Tyler Hero with the right hand. Oh, that would have been so pretty if that went in. All right, we need this Cade Cunningham 3. Well, Josh Richardson is doing a great job on him. Cade, pull-up jumper. Is that not going to fall? It doesn't. Bam for 3. No way. Oh my God. Bam is like that? Catch and shoot? Are you kidding me? Oh, man, we can't defend that whatsoever. All right, Jalen Duren is guarded by Richardson. Jaden Ivey, please hit this three. You're wide open. Jaden Ivey, oh my God. Okay, slightly late. I did not think that was going to fall. It does. 1 point game. Let's do this. He's doing a good job defending Tower Hero. Jimmy Butler with the ball, guarded by Ron Holland. I don't love this pick and roll whatsoever. Oh, they have the advantage. Jimmy's so hitting that. Oh my God. It's tough to guard, man. It's tough. Cade going to the rim right at Josh Richardson, and he's going to finish that. He's up to 32 points tonight and 9 assists. And Hero gets right by Jaden Ivey. Just no defense there whatsoever. Dude, Josh Richardson has been doing a great job guarding Cade. I wish it was maybe Rozier out there. We are going to get a good look with Cade slightly early. Oh, that was the shot, man. He got a great look right there. Josh Richardson's trying to drive on Cade. Okay, that is a stupid shot very early in the shot clock. I don't know what he's doing. All right, we have a chance for a 2-for-1. Cade, just go straight to the rim, and he's going to throw that down. All right, I have no idea what Josh Richardson was doing there. All right, Hero, a contested jumper. What is he doing? Oh my God, please get the rebound. Oh, thank God. All right, so we got 21 seconds left. Let's see what Cade can do. All right, Tobias, I need you to get over here. Set the screen. Can Cade get around them? Cade can. He's going to go to the rim, and he's going to get mauled by Bam and Josh Richardson. He has a chance to take the lead. First free throw is good. Oh, man, I'm sweating this one out. He knocks that down. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2. Give us the lead, please. Cade Cunningham. Let's go. All right, I probably should have got like Isaiah Stewart in, a little bit more defense. Actually, we do have a Sword Thompson in now instead of Ron Holland. Let's see what happens here. They're going to go to Tower Hero. We're here with Jaden Ivey. They're going to take a bad shot, please. If he hits this, I'm going to cry. He's going to miss that. Hey, nice win to start off the year, or I should say early in the season for this Pistons. Beating the Heat on the road, that's a good confidence booster right there. All right, so we are 5-6 before the first NBA Cup game, and just taking a look, Cade Cunningham is averaging 24.8 points. Ivy has been better after that slow start. Needs to be better with his outside shot. Tobias Harris is averaging 11.5 points. Maybe for $26 million a year, that's not great. And I do think that this team has a lot of depth that I want to give some guys other minutes or more volume and usage and just get more shots up for some of these guys. And we do have to clear out some of the rotation. Shout out to Tobias getting 5 steals here as we win our first NBA Cup game. So I think I'm going to be pretty active at this year's trade deadline. We beat the Bucks by 10 right here. Okay, Jaden Ivey, 28 points. Can we go 2-0 in the Cup? Nope, we get blown out by 31 points by the Toronto Raptors. And I think it is possible that this team could make it into the play-in tournament this year for sure. They could definitely take that 9th spot, that 10th spot in the East. Everything kind of needs to go right for them to do so, but I believe they have the talent. And if everything kind of gel together, I could see it. Rui Hachimura and Jalen Hood-Schifino for Jaden Ivey in a second isn't the worst trade offer in the world, but I'm still going to decline that. And after we decline that, Jaden Ivey puts up 26 points and 9 assists. He has been better as of late for sure. We were actually pretty good in the NBA Cup. Oh, was that game against... Yeah, I'm confused because we won our last NBA Cup game. I don't know. We were not... Okay, 2K. Do you have the NBA Cup figured out? Because we were first in our group. I guess they ended up no, okay. Why do they order it like that? So obviously the Raptors had the tiebreaker over us due to point differential, but why are they put at second? I don't know. So yeah, we just missed out, I guess, because there's another East team that was just that much better than us. And that would be, I guess, the New York Knicks. Yeah, they had a plus 63 point differential. And they went 3-1. We just blew out the Jazz here right after the NBA Cup finale. 28 points for Ivey, 25, 6 and 6 for Cade. A double-double for Sword Thompson. He's averaging 7.5 rebounds, over 2 assists, over a steal and block a night, which is great. It's just he can't shoot. Do I convert him to a center? So we're here on the last day of the 2024 calendar year. These are our numbers right now. A lot of guys here, 11, 11, 10, 8.5 points a night. For Marcus Sasser, he's shooting 37% from 3, which is encouraging. Ron Holland, though, 37% from the field, 27% from 3. Needs to work on that. Yeah, him and Sword Thompson just not being able to shoot the ball right now is pretty brutal. All right, I got to offer this blockbuster. Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown for Cade Cunningham. Obviously going to decline that. But imagine the Nuggets just calling up the Pistons, and it doesn't even involve Jamal Murray. It involves Aaron Gordon for Cade Cunningham. How does that make any sense? You know, I don't hate this trade going from Jalen Duren to Walker Kessler. Duren's been fine this year. He's struggled inside, and I do wonder about his defensive ceiling. I like Walker Kessler's ceiling a little bit more defensively. I'm going to think about that trade as we get closer to the deadline, honestly, because Walker Kessler was also in the 2022 draft class, so I don't need to trade him anytime soon. Or excuse me, I don't need to pay him anytime soon. It's not until not this offseason, the following one. I'm definitely intrigued by getting Walker Kessler on this team for Jalen Duren. We just blew out the Cavs before the trade deadline. Cade dropped 31 points. We're 23 and 28 right now, which puts us as the 13th seed in the Eastern Conference, which the East is pretty good this year. Like the Bulls are 28 and 24. Hawks are 28 and 23. The Magic and the Heat and the Sixers are somehow bad. And you have the Raptors as the 3 seed here. So I think for this team, I'm fine not making the playoffs. Our pick, I believe, is actually lottery protected this year. Going to Houston. Not sure if it'd be going to Houston. I think it still goes to the Knicks. 2K kind of fumbled the ball on getting these picks accurate. I know there's a lot going around, but you really just needed to take 2-3 hours of your time. So just map out which team has what picks, what protections are on them, and then just go from there. Literally, so many different websites have them. So they probably envision a Lauri Markkanen and Jalen Duren front court. And I think I'm okay with that. I don't know if I can maybe steal another first rounder, like a late first rounder this year. Where's Minnesota? I think the Cavs were the 1 seed, so I may as well ask for this Minnesota pick. So let's see. Will they do this trade? Will they counter it at least? They are going to counter it. Bobby Klintman for Svi Mikhailiuk. As much as I like Bobby Klintman, and I think he could actually develop into a good swingman, like hybrid, like 3 to 4 in this league, could maybe even play some small ball 5. He's probably a couple year project play for us, and I think we have enough projects on this team. I'm fine getting Walker Kessler here, who I think has way more defensive upside. You can see 2.4 blocks a night, 55% from the field. Duren, more athletic than Walker Kessler, has higher offensive potential, but I'm going to go and I'm going to snag Walker Kessler here and a first round pick for Jalen Duren. We're going to switch things up. And I know Jalen Duren is like a nice, exciting young piece, but he was bad as a pick and roll defender last year. He was bad as a rim protector. I think we can see him progress, especially under JB Bickerstaff. But for us, it's a similar contract. It's actually a little bit cheaper. He's a free agent, not this year, but next year, like Duren is. So I'm fine with making that move. All right, so I didn't really expect to have cap space this offseason. I want to see if the Clippers are willing to give me this highly valued second rounder for Malik Beasley to save their season. They'd be giving me Gabe Vincent. I throw them a 2029 second. They're going to say no. All right, never mind. And I'm going to make this trade with the New York Knicks. They're looking to get a little bit more three-point shooting. I'm going to be sending them Malik Beasley. They're going to be sending me Tower Kolek and a future second rounder from the Brooklyn Nets. Kolek might not be in the rotation for us. He wasn't even in the rotation for the Knicks this year, but he's under contract for the next 3 years, so he could be something if Marcus Sasser isn't that guy, or I want to convert Sasser to a shooting guard. So we're going to make this trade with the Knicks. You know what? We're going to get Tower Kolek into the rotation. We're going to go an 11-man rotation to finish out the year. Cade, Ivey, Asor Thompson, who's been heating up as of late. We're going to go Tobias still at the 4, obviously. Walker Kessler as our new center with Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, Fontecchio, Sasser, Reed off the bench, and Tower Kolek. You know what? Actually, one thing I'm going to change, I'm actually going to make Tobias Harris a 6-man, which I'm sure he'd be fine to do as a veteran. He could run that second unit offensively, and we're going to get Isaiah Stewart in the front court, because I wonder if Stewart can still be, like, look at that 3-point percentage, 41% from 3. He's a bruiser inside. If he could just keep progressing on both ends of the floor, him and Walker Kessler could be a really nice complementary front court duo, because Stewart can space the floor and they could both be really good rim protectors. Stewart will see if he's able to guard 4s, but I like this 3-4-5 defensively. Luka just does Luka things this year. Reese Shea, oh my god, I think that's the most points I've seen him score, unless I'm just forgetting how much he does score. But hey, 14 points a night for Reese Shea is really good. Asor's brother Amen wins 6th player of the year. Wemby ends up getting deploy. It's kind of also lazy that they didn't want to put a 6th man of the year for my NBA and a 6th woman of the year for WNBA. Yeah, they could have just did that, but they just said, you know, we'll do 6th player of the year. We could use them across each game mode. Yeah, it's just kind of lazy. Jason Kidd was your coach of the year. I don't know if we're going to get Cade on an All-NBA team. It would be sick, but I do think next year could be the year. We actually traded for a top 10 defender this year, Walker Kessler, all defensive second team. I love to see that. Also, the rookie class was so bad this year. Tower Kolek ended up on all rookie first team. Okay, so did Ron Holland, who struggled so much efficiency-wise, but you know, it was better towards the second half. He's still just 19 years old. And your Detroit Pistons did not make the play-in tournament, so we will be able to keep our first-round pick this year. We go 36-46, which is night and day from last year. Like, that's a bad record, sure, but when you look at this in the micro view of what they were last year and how bad they were in that 2024 season, like last year's record, 14-68. We won 22 more games. That is such the step in the right direction we need to see for this Pistons rebuild. It's like the Houston Rockets were so bad in the 2023 season and then ended up winning 41 games in 2024. That's the step we needed to take this year, and we did. It's weird because sometimes I'll see the Hornets develop so well in this game and sometimes not. Like, they went 19-63 this year. They were the worst team in the NBA. And just kind of like a quick report card from the team this season, Cade Cunningham, he is the guy we are going to continue to build around. He did not make an all-star game this year, though. Jaden Ivey looked good. I think next year is going to be a big year for him. If we do not see progression as a shooter, there's a chance he could be a trade deadline candidate, but I think as of now, he's slotted in as the starting shooting guard next year. Tobias Harris was fine. I would have liked for him to be a better three-point shooter, what we saw in those early Philly days, which we just did not see, unfortunately. I like Isaiah Stewart. I may actually look at the trade block for Isaiah Stewart just because I think I can get some really good value because he's on one of the better contracts in this league. Kessler slotted in as the starting center next year. Sasser, the three-point shot fell off, which is unfortunate, so he may have some competition with Kolek as the backup point guard. Soar, I don't know if I can continue to start him. Maybe he's more of a Swiss Army knife, like defensive specialist off the bench. Fontecchio was honestly pretty disappointing in his role this year, just was not efficient whatsoever. Or, you know what, I was looking at Ron Holland, 36 from 3, 90 from the line, isn't bad. Maybe he'll have a larger role next year. And then Holland's obviously going to be in the plans. We'll see about Kolek and B-Ball Paul. And then, yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. was here just as a mentor. And the winner of the 2025 finals is going to come down between the Indiana Pacers and the Dallas Mavericks. Both these teams were in the conference finals last year. Obviously, the Mavericks went to the NBA finals. Both these teams lost to the Boston Celtics, and the Dallas Mavericks win it all. Luka Doncic is your finals MVP. So he wins MVP, finals MVP in the same season. So we do see LeBron retire, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Al Horford, Mike Conley. Yeah, you see a ton of big name retirements after year number 1. LeBron, Russ, and Chris Paul head to the Hall of Fame. And we are here at the draft lottery. This is obviously going to be a pretty big night for us. So we are projected the 7th overall pick. It would kind of stink if we fall to like 8, 9, or somehow 10. And the Detroit Pistons are going to fall 1 pick from 7 to 8 in this upcoming lottery. The Pistons, I mean, I don't want to say they've been the unluckiest team. I mean, they picked 5th overall in 3 straight years, with it being Ivey in 22, Soar in 23, Holland in 24, and they dropped from 1 to 5 this past lottery, which is very unlucky. But they did win the 2021 draft lottery, and they got Cade Cunningham out of it. They could have won the 24 draft lottery, and you get Research out of it. It could have been a little bit different. But the Orlando Magic actually won the lottery this year. The Charlotte Hornets ended up with the number 2 pick. They're going to be a scary team, and then the Jazz at number 3. So we're going to keep JB Bickerstaff going forward. He's obviously the guy we want because he did a good job with us this year. We are going to pick up Cody Blount, Blount. I guess it could be like Mel Blount or LeGarrette Blount as our new assistant GM. So yeah, I did have to eat we have this Svi Makayu contract from the Walker Kessler trade. So we have to pay him $3.6 million this year. I wonder if a team would want Fontecchio. If I draft a wing here at 8, I think we could look into the trade market for Fontecchio just because we have a Soar, we have Holland that I want to give minutes to. So we'll see. The Magic getting the number 1 pick is also insane. Oh my God, they don't take Cooper Flag. I guess it's because Paolo's a 4, but what are you doing? You could have had Flag, Franz, Paolo. That is insane. They take Edgecombe with the number 1 pick. Oh my God, and Dylan Harper goes number 2. Cooper Flag, oh my God, does not go 3. Oh, no way he's going to be a Thunder. Oh my God. Arguably the best team in the league. This wasn't even their draft pick. Ends up getting Cooper Flag. Good thing we're in the East, but no one's ever going to be able to beat them. That is insane. The Blazers trade the 5th overall pick for Trae Young. Oh my God, if I didn't have a point guard, I would immediately get on the phone and trade for Scoot Henderson. And the Hawks take Trey Johnson. What is going on? No one Troy Orr just went. Kaman Malak just goes. So we're on the clock here. I want to see if I could trade down from 8 to 13 and also pick up pick 17 from the Spurs. Will they do this? We are going to move down 5 spots. They are going to say no. I would have to take on Julian Champagnie. I give them 2 seconds. You know what? I'm going to do that trade. So yeah, we're going to move down 5 spots. There's a player I want that I think will be there. Watch him go. Hugo Gonzalez was not that guy. The Pelicans are on the clock. They take Zvonimir Ivisic from Arkansas. He wasn't that guy. Ian Jackson wasn't that guy. Okay, I could look smart. We need a couple more teams not to take the player I want. The Heat trade their pick for Miles Bridges. Okay, and they take Donovan Freeman from Syracuse. I was eyeing him. Rockets do not take him. They take Igor Demin, who also wasn't that guy that I wanted to take. We have more trade offers for this pick, but I think I'm going to stay here, and we just picked up another pick. I was going to look at somebody I haven't taken yet, Ben Saraf here from Israel, who is a very crafty scorer, and he's got some good highlight film right now coming as a rising prospect for the 2025 draft class. I don't know. I was going to say I don't know if he plays in Israel, but I think he does play in Germany for the same team that Killian Hayes played for. So I'm going to take him here, and then I'm really hoping that maybe Liam McNeely or Drake Powell, Jaleel Bethea, or Michael Ruzic falls to me with that other Spurs pick we got. So we take Ben Saraf there. Michael Ruzic goes. The Atlanta Hawks are on the clock. They were trading the Lakers pick for Draymond Green. So you trade away Trae Young. In the same draft, you acquire Draymond Green, and Mikey Williams goes. What is going on? The Thunder are making a trade with the Cavs for Jarrett Allen. How do they have the money for that? Are they not going to... Well, Jay, Delvin, Chet aren't free agents this summer. Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on? They take Rocco Zakarski. So I'm going to take an elite three-point shooter in this class. I'm going to get Liam McNeely out of UConn. So I love this class for us so far. McNeely could definitely be someone that could play in the backcourt with Cade. I worry about his defense a little bit, but I love this draft so far for us. And we still have another first-round pick that we got from the Jazz in that Kessler trade. That's at pick 29 from the Timberwolves. And I'm going to take Ethan Almanza, who was actually in the G League Ignite last year. He didn't declare for the 24 draft. He's going to play overseas. We're going to get him here in the first round. And I'm going to move both my second rounders to Portland for a Memphis second rounder in 26 and a Golden State second rounder in 28. I just don't want to draft 5 rookies this year. The Knicks actually traded the 30th overall pick and a future first for Nick Richards and Josh Green. They may have to get that desperate with Hartenstein leaving, Mitchell Robinson's injury concerns. I could see that. And picking up Josh Green isn't the worst thing in the world. And we're going to make one last trade here on draft night. I'm going to move Simone Fontecchio to the Milwaukee Bucks in division, as well as one of those Memphis second rounders we just picked up for AJ Green, an elite three-point shooter. I don't think he's going to crack the rotation, but a future first-round pick because the Bucks are desperate to win a title around Dame and Giannis, and getting a crafty scorer like Fontecchio to come off the bench would be huge for them. Yeah, this draft class was insane with trades. Cooper Flagg falling to the Thunder at pick 4. So they just ended up with Cooper Flagg and Jared Allen in the same draft. How were they able to pull that off? I don't know. I'm really confused because Chet has the team option. J-Dub has the team option. Yeah, like, I don't know how they could afford Jared Allen in this deal and Max Strus for nothing. I mean, maybe they were able to work something out. So, team option time, we're going to pick it up on Kessler, Ivey, Mr. Thompson. For $8 million, he could end up being in a trade, and I'm not going to be like signing free agents because we're still paying Tobias a lot of money and Cade a lot of money. So I'm going to pick it up on Bebo Paul. We're going to decline it on Wendell Moore. We have too many wings where he just wasn't going to crack the rotation, but we are taking a step in the right direction for this Pistons team. And I'm going to bring back Tim Hardaway Jr. as just like a veteran for the squad. We would have a little bit of an exception to use. I don't think I'm going to use it on anybody right now because we do have plenty of big men. I don't need to move Isaiah Stewart right now because he's under contract next year, so I can move him next offseason if I wanted to. I mean, we could look to move Harris at the deadline. He's making too much money though, so maybe I buy him out at the deadline. But I like the team that we have going for us right now. We have a lot of young talent. I'm excited to see who kind of emerges next year. As, yeah, everybody kind of goes back to their teams here at the top. Who switched up? Nobody really switched up right now. I guess it's Bruce Brown leaving Toronto for Charlotte. Yeah, even the Rockets brought back Jalen Green, Şengün, and Fred VanVleet. You know what? You like to see it. Oh, the Hornets paid Naz Reid. 1-year deal for Naz Reid is kind of crazy. So we're going to see a lot of Green, which is nice. Tobias is definitely going to take a step back in his role. He's 33, which I feel like is that dreadful age that people start to regress at. Walker Kessler's up. Asor's up, Ivey's up. You love to see this. Holland is up. A lot of Green across the board. We do need to release 2 players before the season starts. So I don't know if Tosan counts for that, but I'm going to release him. We'll see. I'm going to release Svi Mikhailiuk as well. No, okay, so Tosan did not count for that. So therefore, I think I'm going to release, I think Julian Champagny just because he was never going to play over the young guys, and at least AJ Green is an elite three-point shooter. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like for year number 2. Cade, Ivey is the backcourt, same as last year. We're actually going to start Ron Holland at the 3. Think he could provide a little bit more upside offensively, and he's going up from like 17 minutes a night to 25, which is great. Stewart at the 4, Kessler at the 5. Love that defensively. Then we have Ausar Thompson, not as like the main scorer off the bench, but is going to be probably the guy getting the most involved. Tobias Harris, Marcus Sasser, Ben Saroff, and then we have Liam McNeely and Tyler Kolek. So guys that could get in would probably be Bebo Paul and Ethan Almanza if I wanted to get another backup big in there. We start off the season against the Thunder. Oh my God. We just beat arguably the best team in the league. For some reason has Jared Allen. If I didn't make a move for Walker Kessler, oh my God, I would try to trade for Chet Holmgren or Jared Allen eventually. I mean, which could definitely still happen. I'm sure they're going to make Chet Holmgren unrestricted at the end of the year. Cade and Ivey just combined for 74 points to start off the year. Oh my God. And then we have a letdown game against the Hawks team that traded for Draymond, traded away Trae Young in game number 2. And then we come back down to earth a little bit. We lose to the Thunder by 15, but then we beat the Sixers by 3, which is nice. Cade with 27, Kessler with a double-double. So our pick is lottery protected this year. Something to keep an eye on. The Blazers just offered me Trae Young for Cade Cunningham. No, I don't know why you guys made that trade to begin with. So yeah, we start off the season 3 and 4. I think a storyline this year is Walker Kessler and Jaden Ivey will both be free agents at the end of the year. So we have have 3 NBA Cup games in a row here. We start off against the Miami Heat, and we did lose the first 2, including a blowout game against the Brooklyn Nets. Who did they draft? Oh yeah, they drafted Noah Essengay. But then we beat the Celtics, which I guess is a nice win. Asor has been better from the field to start off the year, 51% from the field. Ron Holland, he has been better overall inside, but not as much from 3. But it's nice to see the free throw percentage looking pretty solid. So through the first 31 games this year, we're 18-13. We're currently the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're one of 3 teams with a point differential above 1. And Cade Cunningham is having an all-star-like season. If he does not make the all-star game, there's an agenda out against him. Jaden Ivey has been better as the 2. This is perfect timing if he does want that contract extension. We kind of have to figure out who's going to be the 3rd scoring option. Plenty of guys here averaging 8 to 9 points a night. And taking a look at the rookies, William McNeely has been an elite 3-point shooter to start off his campaign. Ben Saroff has been kind of struggling this year. I mean, if there was a case we make the playoffs, that's something to keep an eye on. I doubt I'm going to play too many rookies if we have a meaningful playing tournament game or playoff games. So we are here at the trade deadline, 29-22. Are we going to be buyers this year? I want to get the Pistons back in the playoffs. We're 8-2 in our last 10. They haven't made the playoffs since the 2019 season, and that was just an embarrassing defeat as well. Cade is averaging 25.5 points. Tell me he made the All-Star game for once. Oh my God, is the All-Star voting over? Because if so, this is kind of insane. Oh my God, he's not even in the All-Star game. How? How is he not in the All-Star game? This is insane. This is actually insane. So Jaylen Brown made it, who's not even having as good of a season as Cade, and he's the number 2 option there. How did Evan Mobley make it, but he didn't? I guess they need more front court guys. This is a shame, man. The NBA is out to get Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons. Hey, Asor is there, 4th and 6th man of the year voting. Walker Kessler is 4th in DPOY voting, which is great to see from our starting center, who's probably going to get a nice contract from us in the offseason. But I'm kind of looking at like what I would do at the deadline if I wanted to be a buyer. The only thing is I could leverage a young asset and Tobias's contract to go out and get a big name 3 or 4, which isn't out of the cards. I wonder if like Brandon Ingram would fit this team, but I don't know how about the spacing with him and Jaden Ivey next to each other. It's not really an elite 3-point shooter that I would like to bring in. Like I see Grayson Allen was on the trade block. Karl Anthony Towns is on the trade block, but they're 8 games above 500. That doesn't really make a ton of sense. Man, the Cavs, oh my God, they are 20-32. Darius Garland is on the trade block. I mean, yeah, you traded away Jared Allen for some rookies. I don't really agree with that. Kristaps is on the trade block. Derek White is on the trade block. I wouldn't hate the idea of getting Kristaps and moving him back to the 4. I wonder if the Celtics would be interested in some draft picks, getting younger. I could trade for Kawhi Leonard. OG Anunoby is not a bad idea either, but that contract is just so massive right now. All right, you know what? Kristaps could make sense. I would think about Michael Porter Jr., but the Nuggets are good. They're 30-20. And yeah, Brandon Ingram is on the trade block. So is Trey Murphy, and the Pelicans aren't good. So I think Kristaps Porzingis, Brandon Ingram are the guys that would make sense. Kristaps and Kessler would be interesting together in that front court. Okay, so whoa, Kristaps did get a contract extension. He is owed a lot of money into his age 34 season. That's risky. So if I just offer Tobias Harris straight up for Kristaps, they don't even counter it. Okay, so I would be willing. Did I get any future first round picks? We did from the Fontecchio trade. That's maybe the most I'd offer. Are they going to counter this? They do. Walker Kessler, okay, we're not going anywhere here, Boston. What are we doing? I would include Ethan Almansa. Would that get it done for Kristaps? That is not going to get it done. They don't even counter that. Oh, man. Kristaps, like, he is a good 3-point shooter. Not elite, but him and Kessler could be really fun in that front court. Even though I feel like he's probably more valuable as a stretch 5 in this league. So maybe I'm going to pivot off that idea. You know what? What if the Pelicans would trade Zion Williamson? Let's just kind of see what happens here. So we'd have to throw in $6 million in a trade. Would I throw in Ron Holland in this deal? I probably would, or Sor Thompson. Like, I would be trading for Zion Williamson. I'm gonna have to give up a little bit. Let's just see if they would do this trade. Maybe they're like, all right, we can get a little bit younger here with the Sor. We get a future first round pick, and it can open up a little bit more of this team. We get a good defender. They value a Sor very highly. All right, so we'd have a Zion Walker Kessler front court, which really doesn't work out for obvious reasons, floor spacing wise, but could be really fun. And I think in this game it would work. Let's just see if they would do this trade. They don't. Okay, I'd probably have to throw in a little bit more, but we're gonna have to pay Jaden Ivey at the end of the year. We're gonna have to pay Walker Kessler at the end of the year. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy. I think a big move will come in the offseason, so we're gonna advance past the deadline. We've been really good this year with this squad, and I think for Tobias Harris, I'm just gonna remove him from the rotation. I think we'll make the playoffs regardless if he's in it or not. And Tyler Kolek hasn't been great this year either, so I'm gonna trust B-Ball Paul a little bit more than Ethan Almansa. We're gonna go a couple more minutes to these young guys later in the bench with Sasser, Ben, and McNeely all getting 16 minutes a night. Let's go 25 to Asor Thompson and we could probably go, I think, 2 more to Ron Holland. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP this season. Ace Bailey, who was taken 1 pick ahead of Cooper Flagg, gets Rookie of the Year, probably because Cooper Flagg is coming off the bench. Amen Thompson, 6th Man of the Year again. Victor Wembanyama Depoy. Most Improved goes to Julian Strother in Milwaukee. Okay, that's a nice pickup for them. And Steph gets Clutch Player of the Year. We are not going to get, I think, anybody on an All-NBA team. And Cade Cunningham has been so disrespected in this video. We do get Walker Kessler on all defensive first team, 11 and 12 a night. He's given me 2.6 blocks, 52% from the field. That trade has worked out great for us so far. And I'm excited to see where this Pistons team can go. Oh my God, we finished as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going to be going up against the 7th seeded Magic, who made it out of the play-in tournament, winning that first game there. It's a good Magic team. They took VJ Edgecombe, #1 overall, who did have a very good rookie season. But yeah, we finished as the 2 seed. The Pistons are back, man. So we ended up going from 14 wins to 36 wins, and then we won 15 more this year, 36 to 51. We had Cade Cunningham be the #1 scorer, 25.8 points a night, 54 from the field, 38 from 3, and then 91 from the line. Jaden Ivey was better. He had the best true shooting of his career and was a plus 3-point shooter for the first time. Kessler, elite defender. Isaiah Stewart and Kessler, nice front court duo, even though Stewart wasn't great offensively. Something to keep an eye on. I don't know if I would change anything for the playoffs. Like, I don't think Ron Holland's going to start for us in the playoffs. I do think it's going to be a sore. All right, so figuring out this playoff rotation, I think we're going to go a lot less minutes to Ron Holland. He's probably going to get like 10 a night. I think I'm going to get, call me crazy, but I think I'm going to get Liam McNeely in there just to get some floor spacing. He's going to get like 27 minutes a night. Isaiah Stewart's minutes are going to drop. 5-man bench does also seem kind of excessive, and Ben Siroff was pretty bad for us this year, so I think we're going to go with the 4-man bench. Marcus Sasser was a pretty good shooter, so he's going to get more minutes, and then let's make sure Cade gets probably 38 minutes a night. Let's go 36 to Ivey. Let's go 35 to Kessler. Yeah, we could do 30 to Asor. We could do 24 to Sasser, and then I'll probably give B-Ball Paul those minutes. So, yeah, no minutes to Ben Siroff, Tobias Harris, Ethan Almanza, Colette for the playoffs. Round number 1, game 1 against the Orlando Magic. We lose this one by 4 at home. Don't make me a fraudulent 2 seed. Damn, Liam McNeely played well in this game. He did turn the ball over 4 times. I mean, he was a -12. Game number 2 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons. There is our first playoff win in quite some time. 41 points for Cade Cunningham, showing everybody why he should have been an all-star on an all-NBA team. Game 3, we do lose this one, though. Oh, this has been kind of frustrating. Marcus Sasser took 14 shots. I don't know if I agree with that. Kessler had 16 rebounds and 7 blocks. Game number 4, this is huge. We go down 3 games to 1. I mean, on paper, I would assume that they are the better team, but this would be kind of disappointing. I mean, Jaden Ivey's been great for us in these first 4 games. Are we going to lose in 5? No, we stay alive. Are we going to come back down 3-1? Just the fact that we're down 3-1 kind of stinks. But we were down 3 games to 2. Let's see. Can we force a game 7? Can we win game 6 and advance here? First quarter was solid. Second quarter was fine. Third quarter was not great, but you know what? Fourth quarter, we're holding strong. I'm also looking at the wrong team. I was like, always saying that opposite, and you're like, Matt, what are you talking about? That third quarter was good for you. It was the best of the game. That first quarter was not good for you. All right, we're down by 4. Come on. Can we come back here in the final 3.5 minutes? Let's see. We are down by 2. Walker Kessler is asked to guard Franz Wagner. He does a great job. That's a top 5 defender in the league. What are you doing, Franz? All right, let's see if we can come back here. Down by 2. Cade Cunningham attacking Cole Anthony, which I'm fine with. Cole Anthony's not a good defender. Cade, do you take that shot? Do you practice that shot? What are you doing, man? You are not a post player. I know Cole isn't a good defender, but I don't know. Not a lot of effort there. Sasser guarding Suggs. They have Herb Jones, which is just an elite pickup for them. Luckily, they missed that 3. We get the rebound. Yeah, Herb Jones going from like KCP to Herb Jones at this point is elite. Cade, you had a lane. He pulls up. Luckily, he hits it. We're all tied up. Big shot there from Cade. Oh, man, I'm nervous. This is just a force of game 7. At least game 7 would be in Detroit. I mean, Franz is guarded by Kessler. Kessler does a good job, but he blows right by him. Finishes with the right hand. Oh, this is scary, man. A minute to go. Down by 2. The only person I really trust out there is Cade until Ivey can prove me otherwise. Cade goes right at Suggs. He's going to get to the line, luckily, but Suggs is one of the best defenders in the league. And you have Suggs and Herb Jones together. Both these guys made an all-defensive team last year. So, Cade, I really need you to come through. First free throw is good. Cade, second free throw is good as well. All right, let's see what we can do here. We got Paolo in the post, guarded by Isaiah Stewart. Stewart, come on. Prove me that you're a good defender. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Gets a big stop and a big rebound. We're all tied up. Ivey, we haven't talked about you yet. He's going to try to go to the rim. Step back, right hand floater. No good. Oh, man, that just did not look pretty whatsoever. We should be able to get the final shot. Cade is guarding Paolo. I don't love that. #1 pick on #1 pick. We send the double. Okay, luckily, Suggs had a wide open three. He didn't take it. Is that Jackson Hayes setting a screen? Why is he playing in this game right now? I have no idea. Suggs trying to go at Ivey. Ivey's doing a great job defensively. Over to Edgecombe. Let's go. Let's go. We force a bad shot. He's going to miss that. 7 seconds left. Oh my God. Can we hit a game winner? Please. Ivey, get it to Cade. He's taking it himself. Ivey to the rim. Wild shot. And we're going to overtime. The Magic need a 3 here. We're up 137, 134. We've been playing well in overtime. All right, this game makes no sense. They just inbounded, call timeout. And then immediately after inbounding it again, they go another timeout. What are we doing? All right, so here we go. I don't think they're going to go for the 3. They're going to go to Paolo inside, guarded by Isaiah Stewart. That is good. 1-point game. And we get it to Jaden Ivey, not Cade Cunningham. Maybe not the guy I want to take in these free throws. As VJ Edgecombe did foul out, Ivey makes the first. It wasn't perfect, but he does knock it down. They don't have any timeouts remaining. I could also see the Magic going for the 2 for 1 again, or not 2 for 1, but go for the 2 and then foul, as Ivey is going to make the second one. All right, so their best 3-point shooter on the floor is probably Jalen Suggs, because I guess Herb Jones as well, but Paolo, I'm fine with him taking the 3. It looks like he's going to go for the 2, though, with ease. Oh my God, he missed it. Oh, that is a crazy miss. Herb Jones is wide open. Oh my God, and he misses it. We are lucky, and we should be heading to game 7. That was an insane finish. I can't believe Herb Jones missed that 3. Sometimes it's nice to be lucky in this game, as Paolo had a 30-point triple-double. Cade had 46. He had 14 free throws. Shout out to Ivey hitting those, man. What a stat line in this game. So here we go. We were down 3-1. Can we force a game 7? Let's find out. First quarter wasn't the best, but you know what? Defense has been pretty good here. Oh man. Okay, so that third quarter was not good. We're going back and forth. Please win this one. Let's go. We held them to 91 points, and we complete the 3-1 comeback. You know what? I'm not insanely afraid of the Bulls. I think this is a team we should definitely beat. Actually, we should beat this Bulls squad. They are definitely not as good as the Orlando Magic. We win game 1, and Jaden Ivey is just posting triple doubles out here. Game number 2 does go to the Bulls. They heard me talking smack. All right, I gotta humble myself a little bit. Game 3 goes to Chicago. How are we losing to this team? Matas had 21. Zach LaVine had 20. Game 4 goes to Chicago, 104-84. Cade dropped 41 points. How was he not an all-star? I don't know. Game 5 goes to Detroit, 137-99. Here we go. Do not blow a 3-2 lead. We're going to a game 7 again for the second straight series. You gotta be kidding me. All right, you know what? Here we are in the 2026 playoffs, going to game 7 of round number 2. That's where the Knicks and the Pacers were last year, and the Nuggets and the Wolves. So I'm happy to be here. And we lose a heartbreaker. Oh my God, we lost 110-109. If you would have told me preseason, all right, game 7 of round 2, that's where you'll be, I would take that. It sucks that we lost to, in my opinion, an inferior team. In a game, like a 3-2 lead we blow. We should have been in the conference finals. Pacers and Nuggets here in the NBA finals, and the Pacers 1-5. Halliburton is your finals MVP. Yeah, I don't know how the Thunder lost to the 7th-seeded Nuggets in 7. They're just playing probably Cooper Flag, not enough minutes, and same with Caruso and Kaysen Wallace. They're just too deep right now. And here we are with the draft lottery. We will not be selecting here. That pick is going to go to, I believe, the Houston Rockets at number 25. Grizzlies get number 1. Rockets via Brooklyn 2. Celtics 3. Spurs 4. All right, so we're here at the NBA draft. Is there a clear 1-1 in this draft? Yeah, Kelvin Murphy, power forward out of Stanford, 7 feet tall, 19 years old. Yeah, that looks like an elite prospect. So what could be interesting, if the Grizzlies do take him, do we look at trying to trade for Jaren Jackson Jr., who I think could space the floor well with Walker Kessler? He's 26 years old. I need him to become a better 3-point shooter, but having him and Kessler could be an elite defensive duo. So you know what? That could be somebody we target. He went to college in the state of Michigan as well. He went to Michigan State. He's from Indiana, which, you know what, isn't too far away. Let's see if we have a package. I think it would include Isaiah Stewart. I mean, if I didn't have to give up Isaiah Stewart, I would, because Stewart off the bench would be great. So if I let off with Ethan Almanza, Tyler Kolek, and that future Blazers first-round pick, because they're going to be taking 1 with the first pick. Let's see. Not even a counter, which is fine. That's a low ball offer. I would include 2 future first-round picks as well. Mine next year. Does that get it done? Not even a counter. I don't know if I want to give up 3 firsts. I mean, Ben Suraf could probably headline this deal as well, which I think I may do. So what about if we did Almanza, Kolek, and Ben Suraf for Jaren Jackson Jr.? They say no. And if I throw in that Blazers pick, they say yes to that. All right, so with the clear 1.1 gonna be, oh my God, what? Come on. It made total sense for you. I mean, they take a 7'5" center out of Duquesne, so at least they took a big man. How? Oh my God, I mean, he looks good. What? How did you not take Kelvin Murphy out of Stanford, who, I don't know, man, he just looks a lot better. Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. All right. I mean, I don't know if I would have did that if I were Memphis, but either way, we just picked up Jaren Jackson Jr. I do want to maybe upgrade the 3 a little bit, so we're going to have to increase our salary cap a ton because we're going to pay Kessler. We're going to pay Ivey. Tobias is gone, though. Bebo Paul, I mean, for $3 million, I'm going to bring him back. AJ Green for the minimum, I'll bring back. Same with Tim Hardaway Jr. So Ivey wants around 25 million, Kessler 22 million, which isn't too bad whatsoever. So I do plan on bringing both of them back. We're going to renounce the rights on Tobias. So Walker Kessler is going to get a deal from the Jazz. Are you guys just upset you made that trade? I guess so. We're not going to renounce the rights on Jaden Ivey. So 3 years, 64 million for someone that finished top 5 in DPOY. Yeah, we're going to match that offer. And then we offered Ivey basically 4 years, 88 million, and he's going to accept that. All right, so this is the team next year. We are going to make Jaren Jackson Jr. a power forward. He goes down in overall, but obviously he could play some center as well. Now, I do wonder how the small forward spot is going to be because, I mean, it could be Liam McNeely for sure, because I kind of need some spacing out there if Jaren Jackson Jr. isn't going to be like really good. Obviously, I'm not getting much shooting out of Kessler, and Ivey's fine, but he's not like elite. So if I did move Liam McNeely's position to the small forward spot, he goes up in overall. So I think we're going to keep that. I mean, we could sign somebody as well. I don't mind a reunion for Fontecchio, but I don't know if this guy, whoever I signed, would like play for us. So I'm going to give Jonathan Isaac a 1-year deal. And that could be if like an injury does happen. So we were able to keep Isaiah Stewart in that Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, which was great for us. I don't know why I said an injury if injuries are off. So yeah, Trae Young, that experiment is done in Portland. I don't know why they did that, man. That was just insane. So Luka goes back to Dallas. Fox goes to the Clippers. The Thunder, they re-sign everybody. Chet, J-Dub, Jared Allen, okay. Jalen Duren does get $38 million from the Jazz. Yeah, I'd rather have Walker Kessler for what we paid him. And we are here at player progression. Jackson Jr. goes down because of the positional change, but I really like this team. I mean, Asor Thompson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Kessler, 3, 4, 5. You're not scoring on that. All right, so I have a clear 9 that I want to play this year. Cade, Ivey. I'm going to go McNeely over Asor just for some floor spacing optimization. And then we have Jackson Jr. at the 4, Kessler at the 5. Asor, Stewart, Holland, and Sasser off the bench. And under JB Bickerstaff, we're going to be 3.5-star defense. First game of the year is on the road against the Jazz, the team that tried signing Walker Kessler, and we are going to beat them by 42 points. Speaking of 42 points, that's what Cade had in this game. 24 and 12 for Kessler. Probably wants to go off against his former team. Ivey 29, Jackson Jr. 20 and 9 as well. And we are going to start off the season 2-0. We blow out the Miami Heat in this one. Jackson Jr. with 22, 10 and 4. Oh my God, this is just like the Twin Towers, the block party, man. I love having that front court defensively of Triple J and Walker Kessler. We start off the season 3-0 as well. And our first loss did come against the Utah Jazz, 34 for Cade. Did Darren have a good game against us? Yes, he did against his former team, but then we bounced back with a nice win against the Cavs. So we got off to kind of a rough start this year. We were 15 and 14, a little bit of maybe a hangover from last year, but we've been very good over the last month. We're 8 and 2 in our last 10. We have a 6.6 point differential. I don't know if Cade Cunningham is ever going to get the respect he deserves. He finally is an all-star this year. All right, for the first time in this video, should have had probably an all-star season the last 2 years. He was better last year, and you could even say the year prior as well. Jaden Ivey has been good, but the three-point shot, I would like for that to be a little bit better, but his efficiency at the rim has been up and within 2s. Jaren Jackson Jr., I mean, I knew the scoring would go down a little bit, but I would have liked to still see him average around 17 points a game. The efficiency is there. It could definitely be a lot worse. Walker Kessler, beast for us inside. Liam McNeely shooting 39% from 3. Asor Thompson, good man as a defender, as like kind of a slasher for us, but I wonder what his contract is going to look at because he's up to an 86 overall. There is Ron Holland, who has been better in year number 3 with his efficiency. Just taking a look around the league, I don't know if I'm going to make any trades. You have Shea and Cooper Flagg at the top of the MVP race. They are 4 and 5. Deion Patterson, the number 1 pick, is there. Is the number 2 pick not playing for the Houston Rockets, which is just insane because I guess they just have that much depth. You have Asor 5th and 6th man of the year. We have nobody at the top at DPOY, but you have Liam McNeely there in most improved. Are the Rockets that good where they're really not playing that guy that I thought is not like generational, but looks very good in this league? I guess they have Jabari Smith Jr. and their bench, yeah, is kind of loaded right now. Igor Demon, yeah, Kelvin Murphy has not played at all this year. What? That's a guy I should have traded for, honestly, instead of Jaren Jackson Jr., as we're going to go past the trade deadline, dropping 162 against Philadelphia. Oh my God. So Asor wants around $22.5 million a year. You know what? I'm cool giving him pretty much what I gave Jaden Ivey. And then it's going to be a 5th year attached to that. So welcome back, Asor Thompson. It's nice that it's a homegrown player for us. And then we're going to ink up a 3-year extension with Marcus Sasser as well. And Wemby gets MVP in what would be his 4th year in the NBA. Unreal numbers, man. Deion Patterson gets Rookie of the Year. Nolan Traore, 6th Man of the Year behind Ja in Memphis. Wemby Depoy, Drake Powell, most improved in Boston. Yeah, I could see that from year 1 to year 2. Should not go to sophomores, but he did improve a ton. Jason Kidd is succeeding Pop there in San Antonio and gets Coach of the Year. Cade Cunningham, all NBA second team. That's what my goal was. Get him on an all NBA team. Get him to an all-star game. A 50-40-90 season from Cade Cunningham. Let's win a title this year with this squad, man. I think we could do so. Walker Kessler, all defensive second team. And we finished the season as the 1 seed. So we are on the other side of the bracket than the Celtics, which is nice. We're going to be taking on the Bulls, the team that beat us last year. It's going to be nice to try to get revenge against them. Jaren Jackson Jr., obviously in a different role here, but was a good free throw shooter, a good 3-point shooter, a good overall shooter, and a good defender as well. Exactly what I needed him to be. As for the playoffs, I'm not really sure. I think I may just go like 15 minutes to Holland, 18 to Stewart. Sasser could still probably get around 17 minutes a night. 5 more minutes remaining. Let's go 37 to Cade, 34 to Ivey. Maybe we can go 1 more to William McNeely. Yeah, we could do that. So game number 1, round 1, we started off with a dub, 135-114. Cade getting off to a great start. Game number 2 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons as well. We win by 8. Kessler, 17 rebounds. Ivey, 11 assists. That's what I'm talking about. Game number 3 goes to the Pistons, 129-106. Cade drops 33 and 13 in this one. So I think we're going to win this series and we sweep them. Oh yeah, we blow them out in game number 4. Cade was 1 assist away from a triple-double. Nice game there from Ron Holland. As we're going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets in round number 2. They're a scary team. I see them go to the finals a ton. We should beat this team though. This isn't like a scary Nets squad. And yeah, in round number 1, Cade got it done as the true number 1 on this team. Jaren Jackson, hopefully he's better, but did shoot 42% from 3. Game number 1 against Brooklyn. This is the Blake Griffin series. Blake Griffin did play for both these teams. And we win by 12, 130-118. Game number 2 is going to go to the Detroit Pistons, 128-125. Cade with 27. Ivey with 27. Game number 3 goes to the Pistons, 120-76. 64 points combined between Cade and Ivey. And can we win game number 4? We are 8-0 in the playoffs, with Jaren Jackson dropping 27 in game number 4, 6 turnovers, but did shoot the ball well. And we're going up against Boston, the clear 1-2 in this league right now. Damn, Boston was selling last year, but nobody took Drew, nobody took Derek White, nobody took KP. You have a 1-2 seed here in the conference finals. And I am scared going up against any team in the West, but we got to get through the Celtics, who just handed us our first L of these playoffs. And they have the most improved player, Drake Powell, is like their 6th man. They have a very good team. Ivey drops 28. Asor drops 26 points. Oh my God. How many threes has he taken in the playoffs? Because he's shooting 54% from 3 on 11 attempts. I'll take it. All right, game 3 goes to the Pistons. We dropped 40 in the 4th quarter to come back. And game number 4 is going to go to the Boston Celtics, 108-92. Damn, we held them to 16 points in the 4th quarter and we still lost. Game number 5 goes to the Pistons. We win 126-95. Cade Cunningham, 37, 11, and 6. You can make an argument he's a top 10 player in the NBA if he can bring this team to the finals, but we're going to have to wait one more game. We lose by 1 point. Oh man, we lost by 1 in Boston. Here we go. Game 7 in Detroit. This is also a Blake Griffin series as well. All right, we have a good first half. We're up by 16. Do not choke this lead. 3rd quarter was fine, and we're going to advance to the NBA Finals. The Pistons blow out the Celtics. Let's go. Cade just took 6 shots. He had 5 fouls, and we get it done. We're taking on, oh my God, another Game 7 here. OKC or San Antonio. This is an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it looks like the Thunder are going to win. I thought Wemby, the MVP, could have ended up winning it. No, he actually does not shoot the ball well whatsoever. I'm sure NBA Twitter would have a field day with that as Shea drops 35. He gets conference finals MVP, and so does Cade. All right, game number 1 against OKC. We win. I'm scared against this OKC team. William McNeely, 21, 9, and 8. He's shooting 41% from 3 in the playoffs for us. I actually wanted to see for Memphis. I know I'm kind of sidetracked here. But yeah, Ben Surov started for them, and he's progressing well. It's nice to see. I mean, he headlined that trade for sure. They picked up Lowry Markkanen from Utah this season. Keegan Murray and Zach Edey. Yeah, I guess they didn't really need Jaren Jackson because they drafted Deion Patterson. All right, that's interesting. Game number 2 goes to the Pistons. We're 2 games away from winning the NBA Finals. Cade with 45 and 10. Ivey with 21 and 8. Game 3 goes to the Pistons. Oh boy, let's go, man. We are 1 game away from winning the 2027 NBA Finals, progressing this young core, having a lot of OG Pistons, but killing it on draft picks like Liam McNeely and getting Jaren Jackson Jr., and we are going to blow them out. Oh my God. We got to keep Isaiah Stewart as well, which is nice. Oh my God. Jaden Ivey off a screen. Bang. He knocks down that three. 20 and 11 in this game. Kept the Sword Thompson. I thought I was going to trade him at one point. I mean, we were thinking about it like when I was looking at maybe Michael Porter Jr. trades, Brandon Ingram trades, Kristaps Porzingis trades. But yeah, 4 of these 5 guys on the floor right now are homegrown, correct? Yeah, Cade drafted, Sword drafted, Stewart drafted, everybody but Jaren Jackson Jr., who just picked up a big play defensively. We got a Sword Thompson in transition. He's going to find Isaiah Stewart inside, who's going to just miss the layup. All right, dude. You'd be working at McDonald's if you weren't 6'10". I'm just kidding at that. I don't know why a Sword just fouled them right there, but we're up by 32 points. Lee McNeely's going to get in. Also another homegrown guy. All right, yeah, Kessler, not homegrown, but that was a big trade for us. I think going from Duren to Kessler, which a lot of people maybe could think would have been a lateral move, but what he was defensively, exactly what we needed. We didn't need maybe an offensive-minded guy there, but this team's got to figure out who's the building blocks long-term. Is it going to be a Sword Thompson as a legitimate starter? Is it going to be Ron Holland? I'm excited, though, because I do think it could be a lot of different guys for the Pistons. Send the double. Send the double. Liam McNeely wide open. Cade, where are you going? Why are you over here with your floor spacing? But they're going to send the double. Jaden Ivey, hit this, please. Nice pass there out to Ivey. Ivey, 2 for 2 from 3 since we've entered this game, and we have gone up by 43 points. That is Johnny Davis in the game here in game 4 of the NBA Finals. Is it that bad for the OKC Thunder right now? Chet for 3. That is no good. We're cherry picking up there with Walker Kessler, who's going to have Shea on him. Are they sending the double? They are. Kick that out to Lee McNeely in the corner. Oh my God, his release is so slow. And they have Cooper Flag as well. J-Dub is probably going to hit that. So yeah, they are going to score a bucket here. Oh, there we go. Find Jaren Jackson inside. Please score that over J-Dub, and he does. As, I don't know, man. I would love to see Jaren Jackson Jr. on this Pistons team. I think him and Cade could be great together. But why would Memphis want to trade Triple J? The only way they did here is because that 2027 draft was headlined by elite frontcourt talent. Or sorry, I should say, I think the 2026 draft, as Chet hits a shot right there. But yeah, this team for the Pistons, I think it could kind of get gross offensively at times, but I think that's why they ended up getting Tim Hardaway Jr. and Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley. All right, kick this out to Liam McNeely. Let's just get another 3. I want to hit one with him. He's got such a slow release. Oh my God. But yeah, that was a good closeout there by Cooper Flag, who is obviously an elite defender. And it's cool too that Liam McNeely is going to beat Cooper Flag in the finals. They did play with each other last year at Montverde Academy. So teammates here now going up against each other in the NBA Finals. And Asor Thompson with a 19-point, 11 rebound, 4 assists in this one. That is an incredible performance from Asor, as the Detroit Pistons are going to sweep the Oklahoma City Thunder on our home floor, which is pretty sick, and we are going to win the 2027 NBA Finals, man. Let's freaking go. We just kind of developed these young guys. I prioritized the homegrown talent, and we didn't have to move too much, and it was nice to win with Ron Holland, who I thought I was going to have to leverage in a trade. But I think one of the more underrated moves was me trading down with the San Antonio Spurs during the 2025 draft to pick up that other first-round pick, which we used on Ben Saroff, which was the pick we traded down with, and we got Lee McNeely. So I just got a starter in the finals with that trade, and then another guy in Ben that we used to headline that Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, which he was obviously a starter for us in the NBA Finals. So that, I think, was the most underrated move of this video. And then obviously, going back to year number 1, the Jazz offering me Walker Kessler for Jalen Duren. I never would have made that trade if they didn't offer me that. So those 2 moves, I think, shape this up. And who's better to hold the NBA title trophy than Tim Hardaway Jr.? And yeah, obviously Cade Cunningham is going to be Finals MVP. What a season. All-Star, All-NBA second team, Finals MVP. He's turning into a top 10 player in this league. And yes, he averaged 29 points, 6.5 rebounds, 7.8 assists a night on elite efficiency, and the Detroit Pistons get it done. That was a fun team in for sure. So thank you guys all for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Let me know if you did by dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.